start. All right, this is my assignment. And we're going to kill this terminal for now. And it consists of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 functions. The main function, this main menu, simply prints the main menu while this is running. This is always running because if name is equal to main, it essentially means that if this Python file, the main one, is running, then main menu will always run unless broken. So essentially, while this is running, we print this, and we're given a choice. Input of inputs, yes, right here. And we're given to choose from 1 to 5. If we click an invalid choice, it will simply prompt us to try again. 1 triggers the employee list, create employee function, and passes employee list. Choice number 2 triggers the create item function, passes item list. Choice number 3 triggers the make purchase function, and triggers and passes employee list and item list. And choice 4 passes the employee list and simply triggers the display function. Now let's go into these functions. Create employee. This is while this function is running, while true, employee ID is equal to input. So it prompts the user for an input of an integer. As you can see, there's a try and accept block here, checking if the user input an integer. If they didn't, then starts again, asks the user to input an integer as the employee ID. If the employee ID is not unique, again, it throws you back to here. Name, it just prompts for a string. The employee name cannot be empty. That's if you just try to click enter and continue, it doesn't do anything. Employee type, it asks you to type in manager or hourly to specify what type of employee it is and to see what kind of discount the employee will get in the future. You can type it in uppercase or lowercase, it doesn't matter because this will always make it lowercase. Always submit it to the computer as lowercase. Years worked, ask for input. Again, asks for an integer, try accept block. If it's not, it throws you back to the beginning. Should probably fix that, but I don't feel like it. Anyway, try, years worked, employee discount. Essentially, you put in a number that corresponds to this employee's discount number. It's unique to every single employee. If you try typing in one that's been used before, it will not let you. Probably. Anyway, I'll double check that. I'll fix it anyway. Employee list. Oh, it sets these two variables to 0, total purchase, total discount, for every single employee that's being added. Employee list, it appends all of these as one employee, all these inputs, and adds it to this employee list, which is non-existent, I suppose. I guess it creates it then. Anywho, appends it to this employee list. Where was I? Okay, then it asks you if you would like another employee. You can type yes or no. Checks for input. If another employee is no, it breaks this loop and the function ends. It pulls you back to the main menu function, and then you can choose whatever you want. Create item, create employee. I guess we'll go with create item now. It's similar to this. Asks for integer input for the item number. Checks if it's an integer or not. Checks if the item already exists. If it doesn't, then it creates it, or it moves on to the next step. Item name, asks you for an item name, says it can't be empty. That's what if not item name, if there's no value. Item cost is equal to input. You ask for the item cost. If there's nothing there, cannot be empty. If it's not a float, so $99.98 or even an integer, it will say invalid input for the item cost must be a number. Afterwards, we append all three of those user inputs as one item and append it to the list. Again, it asks you if you would like to put in another item. It says yes or no. And yeah, converts it to uppercase all the time, so it doesn't matter whether or not you type it in lowercase or not. Otherwise, it will tell you to put it on valid input. If you click no, then the loop breaks and we get back to the main menu function. Okay, make purchase. That's a fun one. It prints all the available items, or each item in the item list. Item number, item name, item cost. All that fun stuff. Each, and then appends it to this string via these curly brackets that grab the variables. While it's true, item number equal input. Yeah, essentially it's just prompting the user once again to select a item that they want to purchase. If it doesn't exist, then it says invalid item number. If it's not a number, it says must be a number. And if it's empty, it says cannot be empty. Then it asks for the quantity. Yes. Okay. Yes. Then it prints the item that you selected from here when you put in a valid input, and then via these string fetches whatnot grabs variables from the array, or grabs indexes from the array. Quantity input asks you for how many you want. It says it cannot be empty. Tries to see if it's a number. Won't let you unless it is. Then it appends again, except this time with the quantity that you input here. Alright, asks you finally for the employee discount number. If you put in invalid number, it will keep asking you for a valid discount number until you type it in. It checks if there's a matching discount here, and this is the index at which the discount number resides. And if there is one, then it applies this discount rate, which is 0.1 times the years worked, with a maximum of 10%. If it's a manager, the discount rate goes up by 0.1. I mean, that's the maximum discount rate. And if you're an hourly worker, then the maximum discount rate goes up by 0.2%. So managers automatically have the maximum discount rate. Total discount, min quality, quantity times item cost. Yeah, this is just discount rate times how much the item is times how much you wanted of it, with a maximum discount of $200. Total purchased is equal to quantity times item cost, and the total discount variable, both of which of these will be appended to the employee list. That is how they are calculated. When the purchase is successful, it prints purchase successful, prints the item and the quantity in which you wanted it, prints the total cost of the item, and the discount cost, or the discount that you got on the item, fetching these two variables. Then this tells you the total purchased and the total discounts. This updates for the matching employees values. These ones here. And then it resets them to 0. I don't think I need that, but I threw it in anyway. Exit the discount code loop and go back to item selection. And then if there's no discount code, then it tells you to try again and flips you to the top. So then it asks you if you want to buy another thing for another employee or using the same number, yes or no. If no, then break and takes you back to the main menu. View employee simply prints all the data from the employees list, every single one, and appends them to a list one by one. That is the entire code. There you go. You guys can run it yourself, make sure it works. It does. But yeah, that's that. Thank you for listening. This is my name, FYI. Three, 6, 1. Thank you for listening.